Well, guys, it's been about 13 years now since George Lucas sold Lucasfilm to the Walt Disney Company. But one of his last moves as the owner of Lucasfilm was to appoint Kathleen Kennedy as the president. Now, I truly believe that he actually wanted Kathleen Kennedy in that position because he thought that she would actually follow through with his vision. That did not happen. Kathleen Kennedy has been an unmitigated disaster in preserving the legacy of George Lucas. They put out, in my opinion, one good movie in 13 years. One. And that's actually Rogue One. Now, The Force Awakens, when I saw that movie, I did not like The Force Awakens. It was pretty clear they were trying to take the safe route and remake A New Hope. Didn't work for me. Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like this is finally going to be the end for Kathleen Kennedy because reports are now saying that she's leaving Lucasfilm this year. Now, we heard rumors before, right? Mm-hmm. This one here seems like it may be legitimate. Do you actually know how old Kathleen Kennedy is?
No.
She's 71 years old. You want to know how old George Lucas was when he actually sold?
Oh.
He was like 67 or 68. He's 80 now. So she's already older than George Lucas when he actually sold the company. And she's had no creative vision whatsoever. Now, this is actually coming from the Puck, but the Hollywood Reporter is also following through the same thing where they're being told that she is leaving at year's end. She should have been gone years ago, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on this?
I just think it's possible that she's leaving or that she just playing around. I mean, she did say there was a rumor that she was leaving, but then she wants to make a comeback before she leave.
Yeah, I believe that was actually with Indiana Jones, but that movie flopped and lost a lot of money. I mean, Lucasfilm projects are losing money under Kathleen Kennedy. This never happened when George Lucas was there. Solo became the first Star Wars movie to lose money. I believe that The Rise of Palpatine also lost money because we were looking at the numbers like months ago. Based on how much it cost versus how much it made, we're like, no, this movie lost money too.
It doesn't matter for her. She was still staying at Disney. And this time they're saying she is leaving, but is she going to, again, say, make another comeback before she leave or what?
I don't think so. I don't think so. One thing, I never believed that Disney would actually fire her, even though they should. Because if they fired her, then they would have been accused of sexism and all this other stuff. She's terrible at her job. She has destroyed Lucasfilm. She destroyed Indiana Jones. How can you destroy Indiana Jones? How in the world can you destroy Han Solo and Luke Skywalker? But she did it. She destroyed the core characters of Lucasfilm. Even Willow got destroyed. Mm-hmm. I mean, this has been a complete disaster. If you would have told me back in 2012 that Disney would destroy Star Wars after buying it, I would have thought you were lying. I thought that Disney would actually do something good. Now, did I expect them to just push George to the side? I didn't see that coming. But once we found that out, I knew that Star Wars was dead. When they actually ignored the creator.
So maybe she decided to leave, to go away, Disney, not to care about any more of the comeback because if you think because of
what comeback? She was never on top. She had no comeback.
No, but she wants to make a movie for her to come back before she retired. And now, since Trump is the president, do you think it has anything to do with it?
Well, I'll tell you this here. Wokeness is being rejected everywhere now that Trump is back in office. I mean, all these woke programs, DEI, all that stuff is dying away now. It's possible maybe that she saw that, all right, people actually rejecting the woke garbage. The last project I put out, The Acolyte, was an unmitigated disaster. Nobody watched it. We lost a lot of money. I'm pretty sure, though, that that Bob Iger is probably really happy that she's going away. Because think of how much money she's lost Disney. If anybody loses their company that much money, they'd be fired. Mm-hmm. But Kevin Feige's kind of the same way, too. He's losing money over there from Marvel. He's still there. But he's a lot younger, too. Kathleen Kennedy was never a creator. She was always like the financial person, the producer. She was never a creative. I think some people in the media try to elevate her to, oh, she worked with George Lucas. No. She was running the money behind the scenes. That's what a producer does. She had no creative input whatsoever on Indiana Jones or Star Wars. When it came to Indiana Jones, that was Spielberg and Lucas. She had nothing to do with the creative side whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And I don't think George actually anticipated her being involved with the creatives over here at Lucasfilm.
Okay, let's just say she is going away. And who is going to take her place?
That's a good question right there. Because just because she's leaving doesn't mean things are necessarily going to change. Because what if they just get someone that's just like Kathleen Kennedy? Nothing's going to change.
Yep.
I really don't know who they should actually get. I don't want to hear nothing about Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni has been there making decisions, and he's failed. He's failed. He was involved with The Acolyte.
Well, do you think that maybe because he doesn't really have the full control because she is still there?
Now, granted, she does have final say, but Dave Filoni, his job was he was more on the back end at first, but now he's involved on the front end of creative. So it's starting with Dave Filoni and it's ending with Dave Filoni, even though Kathleen Kennedy has that final say. He's failed. He's failed. That Ahsoka show that he made wasn't that good. Dave Filoni is a creation of George Lucas. That's it. George Lucas was hands-on with the Clone Wars. It was his creation. He brought in Dave Filoni. He was making the decisions. People actually want to give, Dave Filoni created Ahsoka. Not necessarily, no. George Lucas said Anakin has an apprentice. Dave Filoni told him, no, he doesn't. George said, yeah, he does. Mm-hmm. Ahsoka is a George Lucas creation. George Lucas had final say on everything. He tightened up the stuff in the Clone Wars. That's why Clone Wars is so great. Clone Wars without George Lucas would have flopped. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know who's going to be next leader. I really don't know. I have no idea who they're actually going to get.
But do you think that, do you think Dave Filoni will take her place after she leaves?
I don't think so. Once she leaves, I don't think it's going to be him, and it shouldn't be him. I don't know who it should be, but it shouldn't be Dave Filoni. Should it be Favreau? He did create The Mandalorian, but Mandalorian season 3 was god awful. I don't know. Does he want the job? I have no idea. But there you have it, guys. This is the end, apparently, for Kathleen Kennedy at Lucasfilm. Should have been done years ago. But gonna leave right there, guys. We'll be back tomorrow on another video. Till then, be safe.
Goodbye.